Let me ask you something honest. How many times have you eaten a meal, felt full, and then just sat down? Maybe on the couch, maybe at your desk, maybe you even fell into a little nap. I've been there. Most of us have. And here's the thing. Nobody tells you that those quiet, still minutes right after eating might be one of the biggest reasons belly fat keeps building up, slowly, quietly, over months and years. We spend so much energy thinking about what we eat. We count calories. We stress about carbs. We try new diets every few months. But almost no one talks about what happens in the 10 minutes after you eat. That window, that tiny, easy, completely free window, might be one of the most powerful tools you're not using. And the frustrating part? It's not complicated. It doesn't require a gym membership or expensive equipment or even willpower in the traditional sense. It just requires a short walk. In this video, I want to show you exactly what happens to your body, and specifically to belly fat, when you make a simple habit of walking for just 10 minutes after each meal. We're going to look at the science behind it, why it works, what mistakes people make, and how you can start today without it feeling like a chore. By the end, you'll understand why this one small habit, done consistently, can change the way your body processes food, manages blood sugar, and burns fat, especially around your midsection. Let's get into it. Here's something most people don't know. Every time you eat, especially a meal with carbohydrates or sugar, your blood sugar rises. Your body responds by releasing insulin, by which I mean a hormone whose job is to move that sugar out of your blood and into your cells. If your cells don't need that energy right away, guess where it gets stored? Around your belly, around your organs, as fat. Now here's where the walk comes in. When you walk, even at a gentle, casual pace, your muscles start using glucose for fuel. They pull that blood sugar down naturally without needing as much insulin to do the job. Studies have shown that a 10-minute walk after a meal can reduce post-meal blood sugar spikes by up to 30%. That's significant. And when your insulin stays lower, your body has a much easier time accessing stored fat, especially that stubborn belly fat. This isn't magic. It's basic biology working in your favor. So why belly fat specifically? Belly fat, the kind that builds up around your waist and organs, is closely tied to chronically high insulin levels and poor blood sugar regulation. It's sometimes called metabolic fat, and it's more reactive to insulin than fat in other parts of your body. When you consistently spike your blood sugar after meals and then sit still, you're essentially telling your body, store this. I don't need it right now. Over time, meal after meal, day after day, that instruction adds up. But when you walk, you flip the switch. You tell your body, we're using this energy. And over weeks and months, with consistent post-meal walks, people notice their waistlines start to respond. Not overnight, but noticeably, steadily, in a way that actually lasts. I used to wonder why I could eat relatively healthy and still carry weight around my middle. This was a big piece of the puzzle I was missing. Here's another angle that doesn't get talked about enough. Walking after meals improves digestion. When you move, you stimulate something called gastric motility, by which I mean the movement of food through your digestive system. This reduces bloating, reduces that heavy, sluggish feeling after eating, and helps your body absorb nutrients more efficiently. Have you ever felt that 3 p.m. slump after lunch? That brain fog, that heavy eyelid feeling? A lot of that is actually your digestive system working overtime while blood flow is redirected to your gut. A short walk helps distribute that energy more evenly, keeps your circulation going, and keeps you mentally sharper. Think about Mediterranean cultures. In Spain and Italy, an after-dinner walk is almost a cultural institution. It's called a passeggiata in Italian, a gentle evening stroll. These cultures have done this for generations without knowing the science behind it. They just knew it felt right. And it does. Now let's talk about something that's easy to overlook, the mental side. One of the reasons post-meal walks are so powerful as a habit is that they anchor to something you already do every day. You eat meals. That's a certainty. So the trigger is already built in. You don't have to find extra motivation from scratch. You just add a small action to something you're already doing. Habit researchers call this habit stacking, and it's one of the most reliable ways to build a new behavior without it feeling like a burden. After your meal becomes your cue, the walk becomes your routine. Feeling good, less bloated, more energized. That becomes your reward. And when you feel those rewards quickly, within a week or two, the habit starts to lock in on its own. Let's get practical for a second. You don't need to walk for an hour. You don't need to power walk or break a sweat. Research consistently shows that 10 minutes is enough to get the blood sugar and digestion benefits. Aim for a pace where you could comfortably hold a conversation. Not a stroll, but not a race either. Think purposeful walk, not exercise session. If you can do this after all 3 meals, wonderful. If you can only manage it after 1 or 2, still worth it. Even 1 post-meal walk per day, done consistently, adds up to 70 walks a month. That's 70 opportunities you're giving your body to regulate blood sugar, burn a little more fat, and build a healthier metabolic rhythm. Start with what you can, build from there. Now, a few things to watch out for, because even good habits can go sideways. First pitfall, overdoing the intensity. Some people hear walk after meals and think, great, I'll run a mile. Intense exercise right after eating can actually cause nausea, cramping, and digestion issues. Keep it light. You're not training for a race. You're activating your metabolism gently. Second pitfall, using the walk to justify overeating. This is a subtle trap. A 10-minute walk burns roughly 40, 60 calories. That's not a license to eat a second helping or a dessert, because you'll walk it off. The walk works best when paired with reasonable portions. It's a complement, not a compensator. Third pitfall, expecting overnight results. If you walk after dinner tonight and check your belly tomorrow morning, nothing will have changed. And that's okay. The mechanism here is slow, cumulative, and sustainable. Give it 4 to 6 weeks of consistency before you evaluate. The people who quit early never get to see the results that were just around the corner. And finally, don't skip the walk just because the weather is bad or you're indoors. A 10-minute indoor walk around your home, up and down a hallway, even in place, still activates your muscles and gets the same core benefits. Make it location independent. Let's bring it all together. Walking for 10 minutes after meals does something simple but powerful. It helps your body use the glucose from your food as fuel instead of storing it as fat, particularly belly fat. It lowers your post-meal blood sugar spike naturally, improves digestion, reduces bloating, and creates a habit loop that builds on itself over time. The key points: keep the walk gentle and consistent. Aim for after each meal if you can. Don't expect instant results, but trust the process and stack the habit onto your meals. The trigger is already there. This is one of those rare health habits that's essentially free, requires no equipment, has no real downside, and compounds quietly in the background of your life until one day you look in the mirror and notice something has changed. So here's my challenge to you. After your next meal today, not tomorrow, not next Monday, today, step outside or find a hallway and walk for 10 minutes. Just once. See how you feel. Notice your energy, your digestion, your mood, and then do it again after your next meal. That's it. That's the whole plan to start. Small actions done consistently are what actually change bodies and lives, not extreme diets. Not 3-hour gym sessions. Small, repeatable things that compound over time. If this video gave you a new way of thinking about something simple, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear if you're going to try this. And if you found it helpful, a like really does help this reach more people who need it. Take care of yourself. I'll see you in the next one.